Have roll call, please.
Yes, let me find it. Okay. Miss Anderson?
Here.
Miss Dawson?
Here.
Miss Harrington?
Here.
Mr. Rickett?
Here.
Madam Chair, the clerk certifies the presence of a quorum.
Are there any adjustments to the agenda?
No, ma'am.
May I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
May I have a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
All right, moving on. Closed session motion, please.
Pursuant to 2.2-3711A of the Code of Virginia, the Orange County School Board will convene a closed meeting for the following: discussion of personnel or the performance of a division employee as authorized by Section 2.2-3711A1 of the Code of Virginia for resignation, termination, transfer, employment, salary adjustment, and retirement of employees.
May I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
We're in closed session. Is that to keep you warm?
It just felt like a frozen coffee kind of day.
What did I do?
It's okay. I'd like to call this meeting back to order. May I have closed session certification, please?
Whereas the Orange County School Board has convened a closed meeting on this date pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote and in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and whereas 2.2-3712D of the Code of Virginia requires certification by this school board that such closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now therefore be it resolved that the Orange County School Board hereby certifies that to the best of each member's knowledge, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed, and only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened were heard, discussed, or considered.
May I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Ms. Byram, may I have roll call, please?
Yes. Miss Anderson?
Aye.
Miss Dawson?
Aye.
Miss Harrington?
Aye.
Mr. Rickett?
Aye.
Madam Chair, the clerk certifies the vote as follows: 4 yes votes, no votes. The resolution is approved by a 4-0 vote.
Thank you. He disappeared. I can't go on. I gotta ask Dr. Warnick, and he's not here. Should we just reconvene until,
We'd like to thank you for joining us this evening.
Yeah, you can recess if you want
and do
to.
the deposition when he comes back? We'll take a 24-minute recess. Be back here at 6. I'd like to call this meeting back to order. We have deposition of personnel actions. Dr. Hornig, does that come with your recommendation?
Yes, ma'am.
May I have a motion?
I move to approve the personnel agenda to include resignation, employment, salary adjustment, retirement, transfer, and extracurricular and coaching appointments.
May I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. 4 yes votes, no no votes. We still have 2 minutes, so I don't want to, somebody else is still coming in. We'll hold off for 2 minutes if that's okay to start into our open session.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you worked. Yeah. Packed. Good day?
It was a good day.
Good.
We had a lot of people there. It was a record number of vendors. And I want to say record Orange County Public School participation too, so.
Great, thank you.
Nice.
The weather was terrific for the street festival in years past when it was been 100 degrees or raining, so. That was 2 minutes worth of,
Talking, Jack.
well, that's what I'm good at.
Got one more. They fixed your clock.
I know, I'm thankful.
I would like to recognize Ms. Couch, a former board member here. Thanks for attending today and your service.
Yes, thank you. All right. Can we stand for the presentation of colors, please, and then remain standing afterward? We say the pledge of allegiance. Thank you.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you could all remain standing, we're going to have a moment of silence here. But today we asked you take time to reflect on those who lost their lives in the 9/11 terrorist attacks, our brave first responders, as well as those heroes who have sacrificed for our freedom in the global war on terror. We will never forget. We have a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Chaplain, thank you very much for your students and you all coming out this evening to present the colors. We appreciate seeing you.
Yes, thank you. I have one more, it's kind of an announcement, I guess. So Ms. Quintern's son has been cancer-free. So his scans came back clear. So we are on the road to recovery. So thank you all for your prayers. All right, moving on. Dr. Hornick, recognitions.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, Madam Chair and members of the board. This evening, we are really happy to recognize one of our longest-standing most important, most effective, and best community partners that we have. And I'd like to invite Dr. Wolfrey and Dr. Honaker to the podium to recognize the contributions of the Orange County Historical Society. Judy and Renee.
Good evening. Thank you so much. We are really pleased this evening to recognize the Orange County Historical Society. They have supported our students and staff in so many capacities. There are a number of them with us tonight, so we're really happy to have them here. They do a tremendous job of supporting our new teachers with a tour of Orange County during our new teacher service week. And then they also provide resources to all of our teachers and a free membership to all of our social studies teachers. And they have access to quite an array of resources that are available on their website. And they also provide coloring books to our fourth graders, The 9 Lives of an Orange Tabby. So we're really excited to continue to partner with them. The relationship continues to grow, and the support for our teachers has increased every year. So we would like to recognize them tonight and thank them so much for their work.
And Phil, Rod, Ms. Conley, would any of you like to just briefly talk about the partnership? Is there anything you would like to let the board know before we snap our picture?
Well, obviously, being an old history teacher, I know how important this group has been for so many of us for so long. Now that I've been a part of the board for the last 4 or 5 years, the contributions that the people have made before me are just amazing. The people like Linda Carlton, who's not here today, but Phil, our noted historian, our website. We get lots of compliments all the time from our teachers about how useful the website is, especially when it comes to Orange County history. And we're so appreciative of the fact that y'all allow us to team up with you guys. And that's really important. I mean, the cooperation between the two groups and the community. It's always important that we work together as a team, and that's the way you get things done. That's the old coach in me anyway. And but we really appreciate this. Didn't expect it, but I just can't tell you how much I enjoy working with the teachers and the people. Phil and I are that tour we make every year. I tell them that Phil's our historian. I give them the Larry the Cable Guy version, but we have a great time. I think the teachers enjoy it, and I think by the time we're finished, I think they have a little bit more appreciation for our county, especially the ones that don't live here. But thank you all so much. We really appreciate this.
Thank you to this amazing group, and we would love for you.
Oh yeah, you talk. Okay, yeah, we are involved right now, as Dr. Hornick knows, with our essay contest.
Yes.
And we're working with that, trying to get some prizes together for our students. We're working with the high school and middle school and even the fourth graders and some people like that, and getting them to identify Orange County's contribution to the history of the United States and what our impact has been on the people of the United States. And I think a lot of people don't realize the impact that the old Orange County boys have had on the history of this nation. And we're proud of it. And we take great pride in the fact that we're going to let those kids express their feelings too. So.
We're very happy to partner with you. And again, just for the board's edification, this is tied to the 250th. Actually, you all had approached me more than a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. So this has been quite a labor of love, and was not something that was thrown together haphazardly. The Historical Society wanted to run and operate. So I'd like to thank Judy and Renee for helping liaison between the society and our buildings to make sure that our students had this opportunity. And we talk a lot about creative thinking and writing and the need, and so it's well timed as well. So thank you very much.
great example of teamwork again.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
We'd be happy for you all to join us for a picture. All right. We'll go right over here against the backdrop. Yvonne, you ready?
I was born ready.
Absolutely.
You all ready to roll?
Can we shift this way just a hair?
Yep.
Okay, that'll do it.
Perfect.
Of course, you're perfect.
They are.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board, and thank you again to the Historical Society. We appreciate your partnership. Thank you all. Hope you have a good evening.
The thing I read before public comment. I don't have it in here. All right, moving on. So I will open up public comment. Ms. Byron, do we have any speakers that signed up?
The speaker signed up for this evening has withdrawn, so we have no one signed up.
All right, then we will move on. I'll close public comment. Moving on to the consent agenda. Minutes and financial reports. Any questions, or can we have a motion?
I move to approve the minutes from the June 2nd, June 16th, July 1st, and July 14th, 2025 meetings, the August 2025 financial reports and monthly operating bills, and the food service report.
May I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, moving on. Dr. Hornick, action items.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. We had an opportunity that has come up here quickly, and this opportunity is born out of our partnership that the board learned about a few years ago between Smart Community STEM, the Boys and Girls Club of Orange, and Orange County Public Schools. And we have, this is the program where we have our high school students who get an opportunity to go to a drone camp over the summer. And then they essentially become employees, W-9s, they become employees of Smart Community STEM. And they come to this building and work under the umbrella of the Boys and Girls Club, and they teach our middle schoolers in particular who are coming to the club how to fly drones, and they use simulator software. They work on the NIST course, which is what you actually do to earn your Part 107 license. And we have a number of our high school students have had a tremendous amount of opportunity as well as success over the summer at their camp. And we will be recognizing that group and one young man in particular at our first October meeting. I don't want to give it away too much, but we're very proud of the group, and we look forward to having our community partners from the Boys and Girls Club as well as Smart Community STEM to recognize. But underneath that umbrella, there has been an opportunity for our students to work again with Smart Community STEM and go to Joint Base Andrews to the air show and vendor fair, and they will actually be running an exhibit to show their student-run drone mentoring club. They did a similar activity when MITRE moved into the industrial park about a year or so back, and so these 4 students will be heading to Andrews Air Force Base. They will likely go all 3 days. It is going to be a field trip that we are going to be sponsoring and transporting them back and forth. This will be Miss Patera, who is going to take them back and forth in a school division vehicle, and it is going to be this coming Friday. And we are really excited to give the opportunity for these 4 students to go to Joint Base Andrews and actually run an exhibit at the air show and vendor fair. And they're going to have quite a bit of opportunity to mentor, to work with a number of folks who can be mentors for them, and really some impressive networking with some very influential and high-ranking and high-class people that will be at this event. And so we would like to seek the board's approval this evening so that we can make sure these 4 students have that opportunity.
Is there any questions?
I do have a question. Is there a possibility that they could do some type of a video presentation to come back and show the board and public?
So yes, I will absolutely ask them that, Ms. Harrington. Again, the umbrella group is going to be here October 6th. Is that the meeting date? October 6th, I believe, is our first meeting in October. To recognize these students, and one in particular. And we're also going to take the opportunity to give an update to the board and to the community on what's been happening in the program since its inception multiple years back. And so I will definitely look into the possibility of the students providing a presentation, a video, something from the student perspective. So absolutely.
Thank you. Anything else? May I have a motion?
I move to approve the OCHS Drone Mentoring Club's field trip request as presented.
May I have a second?
I will second that motion.
All those in favor by saying aye? Aye. 4 yes votes, no no votes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board.
Moving on, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. 2 recommendations. We have a set of supplemental appropriations this evening. Ms. Miller, who now takes care of food service for us, as well as Ms. Frady Lawhorn, are here if you have a question about the first one. For a long story short, this is a FY25 supplemental appropriation to cover in the amount of $28,571.64 to cover an increase in revenue and expenditures. I don't know if you all, Julie, would you like to add something to that?
This was from last year? Yeah, 2025.
Also this evening, we have from FY 2026, we have a middle school mathematics acceleration grant. And again, this is born out of recent legislation, correct, Renee, where you have cut scores for SOL and, of course, for SOL tests at the middle school level. And students who are achieving at a certain level, we are beginning to advance and move in. And this mathematics grant helps us. Was this materials in particular, Renee? Was this professional development?
This will actually be used as for a boot camp for students to prepare them to go into algebra. So it'll be this spring and summer, and so that's what we plan to use.
And then the second one for FY 2026, I think this is one you also want to speak to, please, Renee. Jobs for Virginia Graduates Grant. This was something that the high school applied for. We went through that application last school year, and we were awarded that. And I think this is a wonderful opportunity as well.
This really is. Jobs for Virginia Graduates is basically a state initiative. It's been around, I think, since, 90, since the 90s. Anyway, it's one of the state's initiatives for reducing the dropout rate and improving school-to-work initiatives. So we applied for the grant in the spring, and we received it. It's a $30,000 grant, and it will be used to offer the Jobs for Virginia Graduates program to our 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. We're starting with our 11th graders, and we'll end up moving it backwards. I know that sounds weird, but we're going to start with our 11th graders and our 12th graders because they're closest to graduation right now. But a teacher will teach the course. There's a curriculum that she uses. But it's basically serve students with 6 or more qualifying criteria. It can be anything from free and reduced lunch to grades, SOL results, things that would that show them as being at risk of not graduating. And so it includes mentoring and the class, and she works on skills and things to get them job ready. She also works with businesses in the community to set up mentoring opportunities with businesses. And after they graduate, there's a 12-month post-graduation follow-up to make sure they're on the right track and doing well post-graduation. So I think it's just a really good program to help some of our students who may not have the every opportunity in front of them or may not be on track to graduate. It's a way to help them and support them and make sure that even once they leave Orange County for 12 months afterwards, we're following up with them and helping them and continuing that mentorship.
Any questions?
No questions. Thanks for seeing it and going and getting it.
It's exciting.
To help our, people that need some help.
And the person who's the teacher doing it is someone who's worked for economic development in the past. She's the teacher at the high school, but so she's got a lot of experience with this type of work and finding relationships between business and school. So we're excited about that too. So
I do have a question, I'm sorry.
Sarrington?
So I think if I'm remembering this correct, that Mr. Solano did some type of a career fair program for the middle school last year, and he had a good participation in that, and so they're expanding that program?
no, this is
I know
this
that
is totally
separate
different.
from that.
But we are doing the that was actually Ellen Patera and Jessica Sarver put that together, and it was for both middle schools, both Prospect Heights and Locust Grove Middle School, and we had community people come in and do presentations on what their businesses were and what types of jobs that they offer. And this year we are going to expand it. We're going to, instead of having, we had it at the airport last year and both schools came and it rained, but it was a great day anyway. But this year we're going to do one at each school. So we're going to have one at Locust Grove Middle School and one at Prospect. It'll be right in their parking lot area. That way more than just sixth graders. Last year it was just sixth graders. So this year it's going to be sixth, seventh, and eighth graders will be able to attend. So.
And I was just going to state that I think that it's nice to see the state putting some supplemental money out there to support children that don't quite understand their opportunities out
Yes.
there, and it really does align well with the project that you've just mentioned, so thank you.
Do you want me to mention the other partnership with economic development or no?
Yes, we'll address this, so don't
okay,
go
sorry.
anywhere, Renee.
I'll just
And so to the members of the board, if you'd be willing, we would love to move this through so we can address the supplemental appropriations.
Like to move to approve supplemental appropriations for state funds received from the NSLP, Middle School Mathematics Acceleration Grant, and Jobs for Virginia Graduates Grant.
I'll second.
Sorry, did we get all of them? Did you do the school lunch?
I didn't.
Yes.
Yeah,
You just,
I just did an A.
Okay.
A. I stayed in A.
You just stated A?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Well,
All
I
those-
gotta give Marshall his glory, so.
Yes. All those in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. And I also think it's along the same lines, like Dr. Honaker, to catch the board up on an opportunity that has come forward after a recent meeting with us and our new Director of EDA and Tourism, Julie Perry and Ian Ginger. So Renee, would you take it away, please?
Yes, we met to try to come up with some ways that we could partner the two groups, the schools and the Office of Economic Development. And we are thinking about having businesses work with our teachers down the road, especially our CTE teachers, and making sure that what they're teaching is relevant to today's workforce. But before that, we were talking, and we think a more timely thing would be to start with our counselors. So we're going to have a day for our counselors to have some professional development. They're going to go to Lohman, and they'll do a tour of Lohman, and then each Lohman will also be the host for a lot of other businesses who will come in, and what they're going to do is present to our counselors, this is the business and industry of Orange County. Here is what it means manufacturing means in the world today. Here's what our business does, and here are the types of students that we're looking for, students with these types of interest or skills. And once they do that, the other businesses will present theirs as well after Lohman does. And then Ellen is going to be there so that she can also in turn say, so if any of you are interested in having our students as interns, and she'll talk about her intern program. And then they're providing lunch, and then we will all get on a bus and go up to Aerojet, and they get to tour Aerojet as well and hear from Aerojet the types of jobs there and the types of requirements and certifications that are needed. We're really excited about this because often our counselors are the one person who sits down and really knows those kids and knows those kids who, I don't want to go to college, I don't know what I want to do, and I really want to work here and stay in Orange. Now they'll be able to, they'll just be more informed on what are the businesses in Orange County and what does it mean to be job ready. So we're very excited about that.
How many
So.
counselors are you thinking?
I'm taking middle and high school.
Middle and high school?
So it's going to be 9 counselors. I'm taking the assistant principal who oversees CTE, Nora Brooking who oversees counselors, Ellen is going, and I'm going, and we're all going to head over there. So
The Aerojet tour is worth
we're
it.
very excited. They will have to do a brief background check before
Yeah.
they can go in Aerojet, but I'm excited because I've never been in Aerojet and I've wanted to go, so I'm going to take this opportunity.
Well, that's a great idea.
myself.
I'm glad that we're partnering with the
Yeah.
EDA to move some things forward. We have a lot of young people that need jobs, and we have a lot of businesses looking for
employees.
people to hire currently.
Yes.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sounds glorious, Dr. Honecker.
Yes, ma'am.
Glorious.
Thank you very much, Renee. Next, I'd like to bring forward Mr. Rudder to brief the board on his plans for how to handle our HVAC equipment. And I guess, Marshall, you could provide a little bit of where we've been, what we're looking to do this year, and your goals long-term. I'll turn it to you, Marshall.
Thank you, Dr. Hornick. Madam Chair, members of the board, tonight I come before you to recommend something a little different than what we've done in the past 5 years. A quick short story, if you go back to the pandemic, my team, shortly before I joined, lost a 40-plus year employee that knew in and out of anything HVAC in Orange County Public Schools. Mr. Mendel passed away in April of 2020. At that time, Orange County Public Schools didn't have anything for HVAC repairs, services to cover the equipment, and we went into a 5-year agreement with the Honeywell company with a very expansive and a lot of, basically a lot of extra warranty coverage, a lot of coverages, and throughout the 5 years that I've managed and renewed that and trimmed it down as best as I could, we are this year looking to go with something different. And in short, what you see here is a $31,000 cost just for this year to cover our most expensive equipment in Orange County Public Schools, and that's our chillers. We have mostly all air-cooled chillers except for the 2 at the middle school, which are screw-type chillers. If you remember last year, we did, with Doug Arnold leaving, we did some upgrades and refurbishments on those screw-type chillers. Our hopes is next year is to get an RFP out to have a more trimmed and manageable HVAC contract and let other vendors bid out for it. And with that, my hopes is that money saved with that, I can then have more money to replace units. Like just the week before last, we had to put a $30,000 rooftop unit on Orange Elementary over the admin section. In short, if I have all of our money tied up in a maintenance contract with a company that can't maintain or buy parts to that old piece of equipment, I need that money to replace that piece of equipment. And I found that often too many times with Honeywell is that we were paying them to cover a piece of equipment that they couldn't cover or provide parts for. And they ultimately slid me an invoice to replace it. Nothing personal, it's just the way it was. And that contract was due to renew for an excess of $250K. So this year I'm asking for $31,000 to go with Train. That's going to cover the preventative maintenance on our expensive chillers, along with some oil sampling. That helps them determine if there's any metal to metal wear properties. It's something we did on aircraft when I was in the military as well. That helps you identify potential problems before they fail with the oil analysis. The rest of the money that is not being used for Honeywell will allow me to pay for that rooftop unit on Orange Elementary last weekend. I've got some boiler work that the boilers will still need to be checked out and cleaned and ready for this winter. That's about a $6,000 charge. So I'm able to do more with the money and with going this route. And then my hopes is to have a trimmed and more streamlined, smaller HVAC contract in the future that's not as, because I have the technicians on staff now to help keep this equipment up where we didn't 5 years ago when Mr. Mendel passed. Sorry to be kind of long-winded. I just want you to have
Oh, that's okay.
if you care to want to talk about what's before you on the attachment, you can see the equipment that's covered on page 6. Page 7, or I'm sorry, 8 shows you the contract years. While it does show a 3-year contract, we can get out of it. We're not bound to it like I was with Honeywell for 5 years. This just shows the 3-year pricing. There's the equipment being covered on the big screen. And the next
How many
page,
of our schools still have boilers?
we have quite a few. Gordon Barber does not have a boiler anymore since the HVAC upgrade. Locust Grove Middle, the newest one, has 5.
Locust Grove Middle School has 5?
That's correct.
Okay.
Locust Grove Primary has 4. Orange County High School has 4. 3 at Orange County High School. Then you have 3 in the field house. There's quite a few boilers, and we use a lot of LP, liquid propane. You see all the cylinders at all our sites.
Right.
We have 2 at each. Prospect next door and Locust Grove Elementary have 2 apiece.
I'm surprised the
This
middle
building
school.
has 2.
I'm surprised that Locust Grove Middle School has one. That's one of the newer schools.
Yep,
but
and it has
anyway.
5.
Yeah.
The reason that you see the price escalation between year 1 and year 2 is the screw chillers out at Locust Grove Middle are under our workmanship warranty right now. So that's why you see the 31, and then we go to 40 and 42 if we elect to continue for year 2 and year 3.
Well, you're just asking for 1 year right now, and
That's
you'll come
correct.
back.
That's correct.
And we'll discuss
Yep.
this next year.
And in this contract proposal, if Laura will roll up a little bit, you'll see on the top of the next page, there's a cancellation statement there where we can't get out of it.
So worst case scenario, if we are not able to find something that is, streamlined or less expensive next year, we can continue
That's
just by
correct.
signing a new contract
That's
for
correct.
another year.
Yep, an extension of this one.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
And it will go up, of course, $9,000 or about $9,500.
Understood. Thank you.
Yep. Any other questions?
Ms. Harris?
Yes. Let's see if I can think of how I'm going to state this. I'm just wondering, I understand that you're trying to manage what we have with the people that we have and save money in the same time. My concern is that at the beginning of this year, we had some significant discussions, not with you, but regarding budgets and finances and everything like that. Is that part of this factor also, is the fact that you have to reduce budgets based on, or is this just a way to see how we're able to manage this for that 1 year and see if it's a long-term feasible opportunity?
It's a great question, Ms. Harrington. I'm trying to find a better way to utilize the money that has been afforded, the account line that I've been afforded, to better take care of our buildings.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Is there anything else?
Move to approve HVAC contract.
May I have a second?
I would like to second that.
All those in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
4 yes votes, no votes.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board.
Sorry. All right. We're getting to the bottom of our list, and it ain't even 7:30 yet. Oh, my goodness. Is there any additional future agenda items that we would like to make sure that are on our next meeting?
Are you about to speak?
Go ahead, you first. I'm still thinking, my brain's still not quite there.
I have a couple of things that, it feels like a very long time since we met, so my list is a little bit long, but I'll keep it short. I did speak to Dr. Wolfrey just coming into the room tonight. I'm really interested because we have, of course, Patriots Day coming up, and then next week, September 17th, by federal law, school divisions are required to teach about Constitution Day. And I love Constitution Day because we're in Orange County, home of the Constitution. So I asked Dr. Wolfrey if you all will agree if at the next meeting she could just provide a sort of a recap of what we're doing in our schools to fulfill those requirements and what our kiddos are up to learning about Constitution Day and Patriots Day. Okay. So if you all agree, we'll put her on next meeting's agenda. She said she'd love to, right? It would be glorious. Another glorious presentation. I also wanted to mention, I know Dr. Hornick has this is not really future agenda, but just a comment, the varsity tutors that you've been sending us information about, and I went online and looked at what was presented. I wasn't able to make it to the either of the meetings, but it just looks like a really incredible opportunity. The one thing that raises flags for me is having our students online with some stranger somewhere, but it looks like they're really vetted and safe. But I wondered, is there any sort of, do they record the sessions? Would we be able to identify if somebody was not being appropriate with a child in an online circumstance?
Continuously monitored for anything like that, and vetted, and yes.
Okay. Because you hear the crazy things about the AI bots that are encouraging children to do horrendous things and all of that, that's out there in the news. And so anytime I see something online or AI especially, I know Brandon probably just rolls his eyes at me at this point, but it's like there's, ooh, I love it and I hate it. I love it and I hate it. So anyway, I just think that's an awesome opportunity for students to, and I love that it can take what a student, where they are, and adjust and, help them with particular skills that need to be addressed. It's just a wonderful opportunity, I think, to.
Our students can also submit written work, and generally within 24 hours receive feedback from an instructor on written work. If there's anything else you wanted to highlight, Judy or Renee, how you guys are utilizing them in different capacities at different levels. I know that Susan's not here, but I know it is going to be massively helpful for us within the realm of student services for homebound and home-based instruction to facilitate opportunities to get assistance there. I know, Judy, you guys are going to be, you have a portion of it in your Title I schools. Now, if you will talk about that, and Renee, if there's anything else you want to add. But I agree, Ms. Dawson, that it's an incredible opportunity. And we are utilizing all-in tutoring funds that came from the Commonwealth. This is the last year for them, so it's a really great time to invest and see if it is something that pays off well for us, and if it's something that we need to keep continuing with in the operating budget or not. But it was a great opportunity that we didn't want to miss. I don't know, Judy, if you wanted to add anything.
In our 4 Title I schools, we are piloting for half the year a scenario where the students are actually selected by the principal and their teachers to engage in synchronous sessions with a live tutor in either reading or math. They could also do science as well as we get closer to testing time. So the principals have been very busy identifying those students. Typically, these are not the students who are demonstrating the greatest need, because we are prioritizing our teachers as face-to-face tutors, but this is allowing us to reach more students through tutoring and to provide them some direct instruction, which of course, again, you referenced being able to move forward to the next skills. There's an assessment that's part of the platform. The tutor will be able to deliver the next skills that come up for that student. It lessens the load on our teachers and provides another source of tutoring for our students. So we're excited to try that. We'll be monitoring it, and we can provide an update as we move through the year.
Thank you.
Well, you both know I love when you say pilot.
Yes.
So
We're starting small.
Raise your hand.
Yes.
And get in
Starting
the front
small.
of the line.
Yeah.
One other thing I would add about varsity tutors that I think is pretty amazing for high school students. It offers courses that you can take as well, free of charge. There are also courses that will help them prepare for AP test, for the SATs, those types of programs, so a student can go in there and it's like prep for those types of programs. So I think that's really good. And students can take these courses, things they're interested in. They have a wide range, over 200 different courses that they can take, and they're free. And so parents have the, can go in and look at what those courses are and choose those things with their students. So I thought that was another aspect of it that was also good for like students who just have an interest that maybe, we don't have a class in, but they can
Does that
take
become a
it.
part of their record, their high school?
It
like,
wouldn't be part
it's
of
just
their
an
high,
extra.
it's just an extra
Okay.
class that they can take. But
That's
the
awesome.
SAT prep is something that I hope a lot of students will take advantage
Yes.
of. So.
And
not to
again, this
turn-
is something you are going to communicate in multiple manners
We
to
have,
parents,
yes.
working
We
with them.
had
so they
parent
feel-
nights. We had a parent night at each end of the county. We had a recorded session from that on our website, plus all the other information, and we provided parents with the option to opt out.
Yes, thank
And
you.
not to turn this into a full-blown presentation, but we do think this is going to be a great supporter of engaging families.
Yes.
It's not uncommon for students to come home and have some studying to do or homework, and you ask your parent, and the parent says, that's not the way we did it, or the student says, that's not how my teacher told me to do it. Or I don't understand this, so they can enlist a tutor to help them work through that, which helps our families stay more engaged with what their students are learning as well. So that's definitely going to be a benefit
And it's
to
also
parents.
offered in multiple languages, I
Yes.
read, so
Yes, ma'am.
that's another big
Yes, ma'am.
benefit.
And of course, with the tutoring sessions, those will be occurring before school. There will be a school staff member who's monitoring that and making sure the students are able to get on and supervising in case they have any difficulties. So.
We had a parent that was at the Locust Grove parent meeting, and said she has been driving her child back and forth to Mathnasium for math tutoring because there wasn't really a vehicle in Orange County to receive that type of service. So they were up and down Route 3, up and down Route 3, up and down Route 3. And she is planning to utilize this and not have to spend the time and the money back and forth to Mathnasium. And so she was really, really thankful and thrilled. Just one piece of anecdotal evidence of what the power of this platform and this partnership could be.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. I'm anxious to hear on the other end of it what we have.
Yes, ma'am.
If I could just bring up one or two more things. There's this idea that's been cogitating for a while about, I feel like the governing bodies of Orange County are very isolated in our own silos. The school board does its thing, and the EDA does its thing, and the Board of Supervisors do their thing, and Planning Commission, but so much of what we each do independently overlaps at some point. So I would like to have us start, and Dr. Hornick, if the board agrees, maybe you can put the feelers out.
Sure.
To have a collaborative governance type situation where all of us meet, maybe twice a year, I don't know, something, where the entire boards of all of those governance bodies meet together to discuss big picture, facility, industry, all of those things that come up sort of individually. If you all think it's a good idea, it's been on my mind for a long time. It just seems to make sense to me that we would talk to each other, and we don't really ever have that opportunity, unless it's individual happenstance meetings or trying to get a phone call with one or the other and avoid quorum. This would alleviate that problem because we would just publicize it as a public meeting. So all of us could participate and all of us hear and contribute. So that's what I'm thinking.
You already know how I feel, so.
Sounds like a good idea.
I would support something like that. I absolutely would. I think that Dr. Hornick has intention of expanding our budget development process and being more collaborative, at least with the county, if I remember. And I think, yeah, how can we each operate in silos? So let's see what other entities may be interested in. I do know that as a representative of the board and as a member, or I guess a member of the Lake of the Woods, I do participate in a couple committees that I share with the committee members of the lake, you know, kind of what's going on and the highlights. So I think there are conversations that cross over, but I think a more coordinated and, as you said, maybe once or twice a year type of a situation. One more meeting, but it sounds like a good one to me.
So you have some.
I got it. Thank you.
And lastly, I had my coffees and convos going last school year, and it sort of petered out over the summer, but I'm going to start that back up again. So I'm looking at Rita's Ice this month, and I'll get with you, Miss Byram, to get us a flyer out there. Thank you. I'm done.
Thank you. Ms. Harrington?
So one of the things that Ms. Dawson and I have talked about and the board has mentioned and had a little discussion on are the interest in improving our communication and having what we have called teacher talks. So going around to different schools, being provided a place where teachers feel comfortable, staff feels comfortable in coming and talking with us. Not just a complaint or a session, more of a, if you have a problem, let's make sure you follow the chain of command and how you address that. But just a chance to get to know each other, board members, know staff. Staff feel more comfortable with us and not just in this position where they see us and they have to stand at attention and, you see the fear in their eyes when you walk in the school. Oh my gosh, I've got to stop doing this. So it's not fear as far as, just, oh my gosh, I have to stop doing what I'm doing. So I think that, we have talked about, to the extent I believe that Dr. Hornick has worked with the different principals and has organized a schedule for us to go have this opportunity. But I just wanted to make sure, at least from my perspective, that this is a listening opportunity. This is not, a political opportunity. It is not anything other than let's get to know each other, let's talk, and what can we as board members do to remove any barriers that you feel are there in the provision of a quality instructional program. And that's the way I understand it, but I wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page, and I also wanted to make sure, or at least ask, what is that feedback loop? How do we get that information? Do we as individuals who may go do this bring it back and just report out under board comments, or is there any other suggestions relative to that?
Would we be opposed to doing 2 people at a time? That
No,
way
no,
it's-
not at all.
Yeah.
No.
That way that there's, 2 people hearing the same information.
Yeah, no, I think it's
Well,
important.
Ms. Byram set up a wonderful way for us to sign up and limit it to 2 people so that we don't have a quorum issue. So we just need to go in and sign up, and 2 of us hopefully will be able to be there at the same time. And then in terms of reporting back to the other 2 or to administration, for me, it's important that the confidentiality piece is never compromised, because I don't want anybody to feel like something they say to us in a private meeting would then be broadcast from the dais. Or even names, or, I'd like for people to feel free to trust us to say what needs to be said. And really, it's that guiding question. What barriers stand in your way in your classroom that this board could help alleviate for you, so that our children are getting the best education and you have the best teaching experience? I see it as a very positive opportunity, and I intend on my part to keep it that way. But in terms of sharing out, I think it probably would just be perhaps individually sharing with each other if we feel like we're hearing something that we could address.
Or with the superintendent.
Yeah, and I think it will be, very similar to you were at the street fair and 3 people came to you and asked you about something, and you picked up on this theme, and you give me a call and say, hey, I'm hearing this theme. You generally don't. I don't need to know every piece of background, hey, the theme, but a particular school or 2 particular schools, and then we follow up on it. So I think it could follow the same path if it's, especially if it's something thematic that you're hearing either good or bad or whatever. So, but we have our principals coming in this Thursday, and so we can, they provided the information, right, as far as the availability and when they have spots and when would be good times, and so we'll follow up with them and let them know to be following in. And Laura, we can alert them, is that right? So they know when you're coming. We can have things prepared for you so it is well done and it's professional and it's organized. And so we will follow up with them Thursday and let them know that the time is nigh and you guys will be coming in.
I hope nobody feels like they have to do special preparation.
Oh, just as far as, if they said that
Just they know
a
we're
particular
gonna be
a particular conference room was available, and then something's going on, and they put somebody in there and just accidentally
So just
double book, more of those type of things, just to make sure that it's ready to go when you get there.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have anything?
Just one thing.
Of course.
Well, Dan just mentioned it, a common theme. So, we're still pretty early in the school year, and I will say the common theme that I continue to hear from constituents and people in the community is terrific news. So I say thank you to this group over here. Nothing but positive things, and I am pleased to hear that the principals are coming in on Thursday. Please share that as well. The common theme seems to be moving in a very forward, positive direction, keeping in mind who we are here in Orange, but then pushing the envelope to think bigger, to get outside the box. You guys, we just talked about pilot programs. Just because we're a small county doesn't mean we can't think outside the box and give our students the best possible opportunities that exist out there. So, thank you.
Thank you. If we have nothing else, any other comments?
We're fine.
You kind of rolled those 2 into one theme, so that's okay. All right. Any objections to closing the meeting?
I dare say.
He who speaks.
He who speaks.
We're adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.